My name is Megan Troick, and in this video, I want to talk about the million-dollar mistakes that people make, these common errors that they make when it comes to their will that could cost their family even millions. In fact, sometimes the entire estate. My name is Megan Troick, and I'm with the Law Office of Bryan, Fagan, where we help families like you every day plan for their future. And in this video, I want to really talk about those big issues, those big errors that you could do, that you could make, that could jeopardize your family's future and your legacy. First, doing your will yourself. I know, an attorney telling you, please don't do your will yourself, go seek an attorney. But I'm telling you, any little error that you make trying to do the will yourself because you're trying to save $1,500 or whatever you will pay for that will turn around and cost your family everything. And I'm saying this because I'm here in the practice every day, doing this every day. I'm seeing the errors people make. You have people who go on places like LegalZoom, pull down and print a form will, handwrite it, filling it in, signing it, putting it in their in their nightstand, and thinking that they did a good thing. Well, my friend, you just wrote on a very expensive piece of paper that your family won't be able to cash. Yes, you just wrote a check for them that they can't cash anywhere. You may have even disinherited someone on there who will now take a large part of your estate. And I want to talk about this because it happens every day. I've seen people, as I said, go on LegalZoom, fill out a will, disinheriting a child, and then the will is not executed properly, isn't done properly, and the same child that you just disinherited end up with all of your estate, or at a minimum half. I've seen families who divorced from one spouse, marry another spouse, may have had a child with that spouse, but they came into the marriage with a house. They came into the marriage with a house, they're happily married for 30 years. And this spouse is in the home enjoying him or herself. The next thing you know, the child from the previous marriage, after dad or mom dies, come in, file it, trying to evict your spouse out of your house. I know, I see that every day. For some people, they may have a situation like that where you have a blended family. And for you, I cannot stress to you the importance of not doing your estate planning yourself. Unless you're an estate planning attorney, by all means, go ahead and do your estate planning yourself. But even then, I can say maybe you should have somebody else with unbiased eyes looking at your documents. However, please don't do this important thing yourself. And in the situation that I'm talking about, it was a blended family. This was a very learned man. He thought that he was doing the right thing. He didn't need an attorney to look at it. Next thing, his family ends up being disinherited. And exactly what he was trying to prevent by writing the will actually came to pass and was even more reinforced because he did this will by himself. Second error that people make is put the new spouse on their house. And for many of them, they have a house that's paid off, and they want to refinance the house to pull the assets out of the house. And what do? They add the new spouse to the house. By adding the new spouse to the house, you are gifting half of the assets to the new spouse. By all means, if that's what you want to do, then you did it perfectly by adding the spouse to the house. But for some people, they're only adding the spouse for sake of refinancing, and they don't understand the magnitude of adding that spouse to the deed. Well, before you make such grave mistakes, please speak to an attorney so that you can really understand what you're doing. In fact, if you had spoken to an attorney, maybe there's a way that they would have set things up so that you don't end up gifting half of your estate to someone who did not actually work for it. The last issue that I really want to bring to mind, that I really need you to understand: people who write the will and then do not tell anyone where it is. If you have a will and you've selected someone as your personal representative, at least let them know where your will is. Because I've seen people who come to me and say, I'm sure Dad had a will. Or here's the copy of the will, but I can't find the original. Guess what? More than once I've seen where the person comes in with a copy of the will where someone was disinherited, and because they're trying to probate a copy of the will, they now have to ask permission from the person that's being disinherited. Do you think they're going to get permission to probate that copy? I don't think so. If you want to make sure that you do not make these mistakes, please speak to an estate planning attorney. If you want to reach out to us, you'll see our link here for our firm. You will have our number there. You can make a free appointment so that you don't make that $1 million mistake. My name is Megan Truick. Thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching our video. And because you made it to the end of that video, we're offering you our new estate planning handbook. This is a wonderful tool and I'm sure you like it. Go ahead, download the link and let's get learning together.